Recently, I played through Halo Infinite without the help of some friends because this game won't have co-op for at least another 6 months. Minimum. I have a feeling it's going to be longer, but I also hope this comment ages like milk. To keep me from going insane, I made a bingo card with predictions and I'm hoping to get a full sweep.
The following is a completely accurate summary of the campaign. Trust me. Subscribe to Willie Osso.
The game begins in media res with the UNSC Buzz Lightyear getting destroyed by the Banished, a group of aliens that are all the same aliens we've been fighting before, except in red. The camera pans into Chief being a badass, but then we're treated to every Halo nerd's wet dream. Master Chief getting his shit rocked by Atriox, who drags him over to the edge of the hangar and just drops him. Feels like he could have broken his neck or crushed his head in to make sure he was dead first, but alright. And that's the end of the game. Fade to Brohammer, who gets woken up by a warning that he's going to die in the cold, endless vacuum of space, so he runs to stop that from happening because it would suck to die of asphyxiation really, really slowly. Then he falls onto his back and his plot device falls out of his pocket and activates on its own, where we find out that he's actually got a wife and daughter, but as per my bingo card, I'm betting that they're actually dead. We watch the battery slowly drain to show the passage of time, and oh, did you see it? There was a brief pop of bearded Brohammer spawning in. I dare say we call that for the bingo card. The pocket plot point runs out of battery, but that's okay, because it just so happens that at that exact moment, the Pelican picked up a friendly signal. Brohammer wipes away some frost from the window to reveal Chief's mummified corpse that's been floating around in space for 6 months now, because you can't just survive like that without eating or drinking. I don't give a fuck if that's survival mode, whatever's left inside that suit is not alive. Man, that would make this game a lot creepier if it was just an autonomous suit walking around with a dead guy in it. Hey, who turned out the lights? Brohammer gives Chief a jumpstart and he powers up, so I guess he was just able to wake right up after being in whatever the heck survival mode entails for 6 months. A coma? Suspended animation? Am I getting too worked up over sci-fi gobbledygook? Brohammer takes us through a brief suit calibration and... does this count as the Halo 3 reference? I feel like this counts. Chief plugs in his empty AI chip and we're given a prompt to press E just to make sure we're still awake, because there's still like 2.5 more minutes of cutscene to go. Brohammer reveals to us that there's nothing left. The ass got all blown up, but our quiet contemplation is interrupted by a sci-fi gobbledybeam and Chief makes a Halo 2 reference. Alright, checking that off. And we eat ourselves at the back of the Pelican and use the laws of physics to propel ourselves into a... no, not Halo 2! Fucking pop-ups? Why? After getting interrupted by a second pop-up, we give some grunts a birthday party and get charged by a meth head that we dispatch by repeatedly shooting him in the face. We hear our first hint of 343 Bald Monkey explaining that Atriox is dead? I wasn't expecting to get that bingo square so early and have him die off screen, but alright. After attending some more birthday parties, we get to see 343 Bald Monkey's accurately sized ego displayed for everyone, where he reiterates again that Atriox is dead. I'm starting to think the game is trying to hammer this in to do a reveal that he's actually alive. I die for my first time in this playthrough because I'm a little rusty, but decided to do it on Heroic anyways, and if you know anything about the previous Halo playthroughs, you'll know that I got through this one with absolutely no problems whatsoever. Chief finds a command console, but we don't have our handy-dandy blue e-girl with us to hack it, so we pull a Doom guy and then proceed to overheat the engine so the ship will explode in a great ball of fire. We pull the lever, and 343 Bald Monkey lets us know that it's okay to blow up the ship, which is fine, we were going to do it regardless. After Pillar of Autumning our way back to Brohammer, we're tossed into space and get a good clean look at the Halo ring before hopping back in the Pelican. Chief does a quick Google search for the Buzz Lightyear, but it's not found, and like 1/3 of the crew is dead and floating around in space, and the game transitions over to 343 Bald Monkey arguing with his subordinates about his actions, and they once again mention that Atriox is dead. Yeah, okay game, I'm definitely convinced he's alive, and you're just doing this for some bullshit reveal. 343 Bald Monkey tells Cyberder to follow us at a distance and learn everything about us, but he's about to be sorely disappointed with how much I die in this game due to my sheer stupidity. Fade back to Chief, who's got mail, but he can't open it, so he traces it back to the sender and plots the course, which upsets Brohammer, who just wants to go home and... ow, that looked like it fucking hurt. We ignore Brohammer's pleas to get the fuck out of here and murder our way through some aliens that want our weapon, and... damn, this aesthetic looks so fucking good. After jumping our way through some geometry, we walk up to a control panel that condenses down into... Cortana? No, actually it's Cortanat, a fake designed to sneak in and capture the real Cortana for deletion, and then delete herself when the job's done, like a Mr. Meeseeks. We let Cortanat know that we need her for the new mission, and the game gives us another prompt to make sure we're still paying attention. As we're elevated to the next area, we hear some more voices, and Cortanat lets us know that it's actually Dust and Echoes. But that's not true. This game doesn't have co-op, and he's player 2. We definitely suffer a lot of brain damage in this game, but it's never enough to summon him back. Not yet. Speaking of brain damage, we start hallucinating children running around. Or maybe it's the ring hallucinating it for us. Either way, this isn't great for Chief's mental state. Cortanat lets us know that she can smell the Banished because someone decided it would be a good idea to install smell sensors in Chief's armor. What? Why would that be useful? And she lets us know that we smell fine, which I don't fucking believe for 1 second. We haven't had a shower in at least 6 months. There's no way we smell good in this thing. We find out that a bridge is out and we're introduced to probably the only thing that I felt was really unnecessary in this game. Grabbing power seeds to shove them into consoles to power things up. It happens a lot in this game, and it kinda just feels like padding. We get our Halo 4 reference. Let me check that off the bingo card. And Cortana grabs a new kind of Pokeball, I think. I haven't really been staying up to date since Gen 5, so maybe it's kind of old. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, Halo. Cortana disappears and a hologram of Halsey shows up and Chief talks to it. Chief, dude, that's not healthy. You need some therapy, man. Cortana lets us know that what we just experienced was totally just random leftovers from Cortana and not some really obvious specific shit going on. I mean, come on, that's not normal. Not that a 7-foot-tall walking tank talking to a blue e-girl on a space ring is normal, but you know what I mean. Cortana becomes one with the Pokeball, and we physically assault our way through some Banish to a grav lift that we take to a dead Spartan, so we steal her shield module because it's not like she's gonna be using it, and then get banished by a Sniper Jackal. Oh great, Sniper Jackals are back. Time to mark that one off on my bingo card. We grab another seed to deposit it into an elevator control, and then the elevator starts coming down on its own. Wait, does that mean getting the seed was a waste of time? Or was there just some guy sitting and waiting on the elevator for this specific scenario to happen? And now we get our first boss fight against who gives a fuck. I stripped his shields with a pulse carbine and then blew him up easily, because Needlers are super good against every boss in this game. We take the elevator to a load screen that dumps us out into a pop-up tutorial and then get a glimpse of an open casket with nobody inside. Haha. Get it? No body inside. Yeah, you get it, whatever. We take Cortana into a terminal and get formally introduced to 343 Bald Monkey, whose real name is Escharum, but we're definitely not going to be calling him that because I have no respect whatsoever for my enemies, and I will crush them and see them driven before me and hear the lamentations of their— no, wait, wrong script. And now we're finally let out into the open to run rampant and teabag noobs, so we clear a landing space for Brohammer to come pick us up. Brohammer kisses the floor, which is probably kind of gross, dude. Are you sure you want to be doing that? And we jump scare him with Cortana because she's the spitting image of Cortana, the AI responsible for wiping out entire human colonies. Kind of a dick move, Chief. Cortana and Brohammer have a brief conversation, but I'm a mature adult and was totally paying attention to whatever was going on in this. Cortana explains to us that this is a Ubisoft-style open-world game without all the extra bullshit that Ubisoft likes to throw in. So we're just getting the fun stuff. And also audio logs. Great, because I love learning lore through audio logs. We Halo theme our way to the next area, and Cortana asks why she was created to stop Cortana, but Chief conveniently gets an out to the conversation when we have to jump out and take out some more Banished. After touching down, I do what I'm pretty sure most people did in this scenario, turn around and climb my way up the hill just to see if I could. And I can. Nice. And then I spent a while doing side stuff with absolutely no problems whatsoever. After arriving at the tower, I decide to do what any sensible person would and climb to the very top. And then I proceed to miss the Craig Easter egg that's up there because I'm an idiot. But you've probably seen it yourself or on YouTube at this point anyways. The tower locks down, so we ask a doorman nicely to open it back up for us. Just kidding, we murder him because we're a homicidal xenophobe. We take a grav lift into the tower and find a threat sensor that we're pretty much only going to use exclusively for the invisible bosses and nowhere else because this thing is kind of useless otherwise. Also, this armor belongs to the family guy or something and he's still alive inside the tower, so we're going to go break him out. Oh hey, isn't that convenient? Dicklock is an invisible elite, so we can use the brand new threat sensor on him and then never again until the other invisible boss. I immediately blow myself up. Well, that's a bingo slot filled. After defeating Dick Luck, we unlock the family guy and he mentions a conservatory and then pulls a cutting crew on us, so we head off to go dig it up. Well, not before doing some more side content first. And not because I have to, but because I want to. This shit's fun as hell. Also, I accidentally splatter a guy when delivering a Puma. Whoops. Well, that's another bingo slot. We arrive at the dig site and the cutscene gets a little fucky, but we get ambushed by some enemies, so we clear them out and try to turn off the laser with absolutely no problems whatsoever. I attempt to cram a vehicle where it doesn't belong, but unfortunately it's just a little too fat to fit up in there. We attempt to turn off the laser, but get interrupted by Michael Peter Balzery, who gets the best of us a couple of times, but again, the Needler is really good against bosses in this game. Cortana shows off her Hackerman skills, and then this happens.
Didn't just modify the Forerunner architecture, they improved it. Oh, and there are a lot of Banished in the conservatory. They've been down there for days. We are walking into another trap.
Time for attempt number 2 of cramming a vehicle where it doesn't belong. Oh, no. Really? Hang on, can I reset this checkpoint? Alright, let's try that again. Damn it! Fuck you. Alright, I don't count. I'm not gonna count that. I didn't shove it anywhere I wasn't supposed to. I could get in there just fine. We come across another dead Spartan with a drop wall, which we will literally never use at all outside of accidentally during a boss fight near the end of the game. You know, it probably could have helped out a couple of times, but the annoying equipment selection made me forget about it, and I just used the grapple hook the whole time. I'm sure I'm not the only one. We shove another time waster into a terminal to open a door and clear out the area so that we can do that again 2 more times. Okay. Cortana opens the door and we see the monitor of this installation, Gomer Pyle, who is also going to end up dead just like Vincent D'Onofrio in Full Metal Jacket. Gomer Pyle is attacked by the Wicked Witch's flying octopus monkeys and carried away, so we head off to help her. We noob cube our way downstairs and listen to Gomer Pyle get tortured by the Wicked Witch, but we end up too late to save her from getting strung up like those creepy insect display boards. Cortana starts a flashback sequence where Cortana says that there are worse things than the Flood on this ring. Wait, really? Because I thought the whole reason the rings were made in the first place was as a last resort against the Flood because they were so unstoppable. How could there be something worse than the Flood that simultaneously was able to be contained without igniting a superweapon of mass destruction? I'm calling bullshit. Also, we get attacked by some buggers, I mean skimmers, because this game decided to replace the most annoying enemy type in the series with a new alien that more or less does the same thing, but at a longer range. At least they're easier to hit. We pick up some thrusters from a dead guy that absolutely murked everything in this room with a fucking screwdriver and then never actually used this ability again outside of accidentally, just like the other ones. I incinerate some brutes and take an elevator back upstairs where we meet the Wicked Witch face to face and fuck, not this monologue while we're incapacitated shit again. First the Didact, then the Warden Eternal, and actually first it was the Gravemind in Halo 2. Huh. Oh yeah, right, the plot. The Endless, Reformation, blah blah blah, who cares, we don't actually see any of this in the campaign, that all comes later. After getting defenestrated, we bum rush our way to the Spire that's guarded by some hunters, which I actually love fighting in this game because they force you to change up your strategy to deal with them, and aren't just bullet sponges like the big shielded brutes. Yeah, that's right, I hear all you whiny bitches complaining that the hunters are too hard and not fun. Fuck you. Also, they're easy to take out with a needler. Cortana shows off her Hackerman skills again, and we take a grav lift with some broken effects into the Spire, so we... Oh my god, it's Guilty Spark. It's not actually Guilty Spark, but it's a blue-eyed British monitor that makes us follow him around through a Forerunner structure while he mutters to himself. I'm counting that. Cortana lets us know that the Spire is actually a repair tool for the ring, so we decide that we're going to destroy it, and the monitor attacks us. Does that count as the monitor betraying us? Technically, we betray him, but I'm counting it. Also, haha, Chief just shrugging off this laser is a great callback to Halo 3 where he got absolutely bodied by Guilty Spark. Shows how much stronger this new armor is. We beat the monitor on the first try. First try. Cortana lets us know that there are more Spires being deployed to repair the ring, but she can stop them, and says something stupid, which is immediately ironic because the Wicked Witch catches a whiff of her and she shuts down the Spire, which starts to close up, so we call for an extraction and jump off the side for a cool guy dive into the back, but did we really need to risk Brohammer's life for this? There's no fall damage. We head towards the next Spire but get shot down by some anti-aircraft turrets, and oh god, the cutscene's really bugging out here. Guess I could have saved break a cutscene for this part. Brohammer's still pissed that he's our fetch monkey while we're parading around the ring because he's just some dude, so we promise to help him look for a slipspace drive when we get back from parading around the ring. We kill our way through the gameplay demo and say hi to Crag before taking an elevator to a grav lift to the inside of the first anti-aircraft cannon, where 343 Bald Monkey taunts us for being losers but also admits that he's going to die at the end of the game. He's ready. Are you? After blowing up the first cannon, we head off to destroy the other two with absolutely no problems whatsoever. Wow! Okay. After blowing up the Rule of 3 cannons, we're ambushed by Spartan killers that we take out easily. Turns out Brohammer ran off to one of those condors to check for a drive without us, and he has a mental breakdown because of course he does. He's not even a soldier, he's just some dude. Can you imagine the sheer amount of fucking stress he's going through? Holy shit, it's no wonder he stole that Pelican. Then Chief gets down on the ground with him and admits his own failures, and... I'm not crying. Okay. After that heartwarming scene, we watch 343 Bald Monkey argue with the Wicked Witch for a bit before ordering the Cyberter to capture us alive. That's about it. Cut back to Chief talking to Cortana about getting his ass kicked by Atriox and the death of Cortana, but their conversation is once again interrupted by getting to their destination, so Cortana lets us know that the new Spire is combat evolved and we get to the longest section of this game. Cortana can't open this door, so we've got to get some new sci-fi gobbledygook information who gives a shit from some beam emitters that are scattered around the area. So we head off to the first beam emitter with absolutely no problems whatsoever.
That was easy.
Was it? Are you sure? Cortana tries getting some information from the first beam emitter, but we already know that we've still got 3 more to go, so of course she doesn't get enough info to open the door just yet. So we head off to the second beam emitter with absolutely no problems whatsoever. Cortana gets some more information from the second beam emitter, but feels like someone's creeping on her. So we head to the third beam emitter with absolutely no problems whatsoever.
Why do I die so much in this game? It's so hard.
After finally cramming a vehicle where it doesn't belong, Cortana tries getting the information from the third beam emitter, but gets interrupted by a counterscan, but assures us it's totally fine. That's reassuring. So we head off to the fourth and final beam emitter with absolutely no problems whatsoever.
There are no friends to keep me sane here. Why did I decide to do this without friends? I could have just had them watch. I could have had somebody to keep me sane, but no. I decided to do this on my own. 11 hours of this. 11 hours of torture. All on my own.
Cortana tries collecting the last bit of information, but it turns out that the Wicked Witch trapped it, so we set up the kill code for Cortana just in case. But nothing happens, so now we can head back to the Spire door, with absolutely no problems whatsoever. We head down into that Skyrim modding website and hear some voices again, before getting to, oh god, not Sacred Icon. Wanna do it again? No, I fucking don't, Cortana. I had to do that 3 fucking times in Halo 2. Shut the fuck up. We fight our way through some Sentinels. Gotta check that off the list now. Technically, I was already fighting them in the open world, but I figure this is the right time to count it. And then take a gondola. Okay, so this whole mission is just back-to-back Halo 2 references now. Alright. Look, 343, I love Halo 2. It's my favorite Halo. And I get it, gondola riding was a big part of that game. But I don't think we needed it here. It's almost entirely just waiting. Cortana gets distracted by the potential of the place we've come to destroy and asks Chief why he doesn't trust her, which is working double time as a character moment and an entry way for new fans to learn what exactly happened between Chief and Cortana in the previous games. And then Chief almost opens up to her, but it's clear that he's still not ready to talk about it. Damn, they really nailed the writing in this game. Where was this writer for Halo 4 and 5? And 3? And Reach, and ODST, and CE if we're being honest. Halo has got a lot of bad writing. Turns out the grav lift's been disabled, so we gotta go rule of threes and power seeds to power it back up. Yay. We also get to hear a direct Halo 3 reference, so if you don't count the suit calibration at the beginning, this definitely counts. We also get to hear Captain Exposition, and ironically, he's being used as a point of exposition to let new fans know that the series hasn't been all sunshine and rainbows. Just in case you misunderstood that from all the brightly colored aliens screaming silly things and the happy blue woman talking to the big green guy. Halo's always been totally serious. We also get to hear about Duts and Echoes again. After putting in the third power seed, we see a flashback from Halo 4, except Chief is in the new Mark 7 and not the Mark 6, but I'll let that slide because at least that means Infinite's art style is the series canon art style now. But does it also mean that Cortana was always purple? Anyways, I'm getting distracted from the content of this character moment. It's very melancholy, trust me. Yes, that was a reference, I know how to pronounce melancholy. Turns out the trap was a trap, so we activate Cortana's self-destruct and delete her, but surprise, she actually forcibly stopped him from deleting her and now she's pissy about it. But wasn't her goal to die in the first place? We take another grav lift with broken shaders and then I immediately jump into something that would obviously kill me because I thought it was the right way to go. Come on, admit it. You did it too. Cortana tattles on us to Brohammer, so now they're both being judgy and aw, come on, another power seed section? What is up with these? We take a grav lift to the upper floor and noob cube some more banished until we get dumped into arena to fight this guy again? It's literally just the same boss fight as before in a different arena. This isn't going to be another Warden Eternal situation, right, 343? I'm watching you. After defeating Not Guilty Spark for the second time, we take an elevator to the top of the spire where we clear the area so we can have a stupid sequence where we have to blow up some phantoms and this whole section is really glitchy. Cortana disables the spire but then bitches at us about why can't we trust her after all she's done to aid us, blah blah blah. But luckily Brohammer shows up in the nick of time to save us from an awkward conversation, but Cortana decides that she wants to stay behind because we can't trust her. But then Brohammer gets kidnapped by the Cyberter, so she decides to put aside her petty argument to help save Brohammer. 343 Bald Monkey gets upset at the Wicked Witch and then the Cyberter delivers him a going away present to cheer him up, which it does. Chief spends some time in teleport space reliving some exposition from Captain Exposition and company and then gets dumped into... they have no idea where. So we laser beam some laser beamers and get a phone call from 343 Bald Monkey who taunts us about having Brohammer strung up as a party decoration and then sends us the coordinates to come to his going away party. So we head off to get him a present. We get to another flashback where it's revealed that Cortana blew up a station full of people, which again is one of those scenes working double time as a character moment and exposition, so you're not just bored to tears listening to information get dumped on you. We take a grav lift to another grav lift, except the second grav lift isn't turned on, so we've got to go get some power seeds. After powering up the lift, we get another flashback where Cortana blows up Australia because, I mean, come on. Have you seen the amount of deadly shit in Australia? I'd blow it up too. And then we get to another flashback where it's revealed that Cortana Alderaan Atriox's home planet right in front of him. And Cortana puts 2 and 2 together that she's Cortana. Is this supposed to be a big reveal? I mean, we all knew this already, right? I guess that means I can definitively check it off my bingo card. She has a mental break about the fact that she's a copy of Space Hitler and restores the self-destruct so we can delete her and has a final goodbye. But Chief decides to spare her so they could save Brohammer together, and they have a heartfelt moment together where Chief says that he wants to trust her, and then I immediately get killed by the first enemy that walks out of the door because some of the routes in this game are fucking ridiculous bullet sponges. We make our way outside and struggle through a long stretch to 343 Bald Monkey's Going Away Party, where we head into that one section from Titanfall 2 where we fight through waves of enemies in a simulated battlefield that, hey, hang on, this is just firefight. This better mean we're getting firefight in multiplayer. After breezing through this section on the first try, we take an elevator to a boss room, and I miss the interactable because it's a small glowing thing on the floor and wander around for a bit before stumbling across it. Please tell me I'm not the only one this happened to. Surprise, it's a trap by the Cyberter that I kill with some difficulty because this arena is way too close quarters and hard to move around in. Totally not a skill issue here. There's totally not a mountain of evidence in this video alone that I'm not a pro at this. After finally beating the Cyberter, we take the elevator upstairs to fight 343 Bald Monkey, which is just like an even bullet spongier version of the Brute Chieftains that we've already been fighting up to this point. Seems like this would have been a perfect opportunity to have him wielding a brute shot, but whatever. This boss fight's easier than the last one. It's really gimmicky, too. He's got a phase where he becomes invincible and you've got to break a little power core to bring his shield down, and then do that 3 more times. Exciting. But hey, it's better than a QTE, and it's for damn sure better than Tartarus in Halo 2. So you know what? I'll give it credit. It's at least an actual boss fight where you control how long the invincibility phase is. There's no extended period of waves of enemies that you have to clear out first. We save Brohammer from being a party decoration and have a weird parallel scene to the one from the beginning of the game where 343 Bald Monkey pulls a cutting crew on us, and Brohammer asks us if this is game over, but there's still an hour and a half left. Turns out the place we're headed is where Cortana died, so get ready for a lot of flashback sequences. We power seat a door open and get to see Cortana make a fool of herself by saying a little speech that I'm sure she rehearsed to tell Chief, except it was Atriox that showed up and he tells her it's over. We erase some hunters from existence and Cortana asks Chief if he's okay, so he admits that he's not. Damn. Atriox taunts Cortana that her plan is over and that he crushed Chief's skull. What? No, he didn't. He just dropped us at the beginning, skull intact. After vaporizing some more aliens, we get another scene of Atriox talking about the secrets within the ring and that he wants it for himself. And Cortana says that she feels like these flashbacks were left here intentionally, but of course they were. The game developers put them here to serve the plot, and oh, that's not what she meant. Not Guilty Spark shows up again, but this time he apologizes for being a dick and lets us into the next area, where we take an elevator and listen to Cortana realize that she basically just handed Atriox a superweapon that can destroy the universe after blowing up his home planet, so he's got nothing left to lose. Atriox asks Cortana if she's made up her mind and she blows up the ring with him and her inside to make amends. We walk into a super obvious boss room and surprise, it's a boss fight against the Wicked Witch. This boss fight sucks. She's got an invulnerability phase that lasts for an extended period of waves of enemies that you have to clear out first before you can fight her. It's mostly pretty easy, except for this one goddamn brute chieftain that fucking cheats. He's a fucking cheater. Look at this fucking cheater. We beat the Wicked Witch, but we're too late to stop her plan in motion, and Cortana shows up, but Cortana says that she's just another Echo.
She's right, John. Just another Echo.
What?
Sorry, I'm messing with you.
Oh, thank God. You scared me. Cortana says her final goodbye, and this scene is way better than the one in Halo 4, because they actually built this up correctly with some awesome character building. Hang on, isn't completely accurate summary supposed to be non-stop negatives? Why have I been complimenting this game so much? Quick, think of something negative to say. There's no Warthog run at the end, so I'm giving this game a 0 out of 10. Everything starts collapsing, so Cortana teleports us out to a desert, which is such a fucking cock tease because there's no other biomes except for the forest in the campaign. There we go. There's something negative. Alright. High five. Me. Wow, I really can't do these videos without the help of some friends. Brohammer gives Chief a big old bear hug and he almost hugs him back. So we quote Halo 2 at him and Cortana asks for his real name, so he reveals that his name is Fernando. Wow, that's exactly the name I predicted it would be. Cortana also decides on a real name for herself, so I'm proud to introduce to you all Captain Jacob Keyes II. Who else would you name herself after? And that's the end of the game. Except there's an after credits scene, which, by the way, the credits are 26 fucking minutes long, where, surprise, Atriox is alive. Fuck! That means my bingo card is incomplete! Fuck you, Atriox, you beat me again! Game over. Special thanks to my patrons for supporting the channel. If you want to support the channel as well, you'll get your own custom avatar that'll go at the end of the videos that you helped support that month.
I have to say, it cracked me up when I saw that you'd been playing this from the age of 4 before you could even read. Who taught you how to play Halo when you were 4 years old? I have no room to talk. I was letting my kids play all sorts of games and not necessarily monitoring them too well. I have to say, one of the things that has been very interesting to me have been the number of people who said that they first played with a father, or in only one instance so far, a young fellow said that he learned to play with his mother, whose favorite thing to hear was SWAT. Lots and lots of people met their best friends while playing Halo. Many of them helped stay friends over the years because they could play Halo often every week. And then, of course, during the pandemic, when we really couldn't go out and do anything, many people managed to stay in touch with friends and family by playing Halo. I have to tell you, it is so gratifying to think that this game has had that kind of reach to its fans, who are, as far as I'm concerned, just about the best they could possibly be. And I would certainly include you in that as well. In the meantime, take care, be well, and stay unfrickin' believable.